Welcome back to the Lemmings Reunion level solving commentary video series, and today we are going to be starting the penultimate rank, which is Ultra Violence. So first up is Ultra Violence 1, Empyrean. Okay, so as you can see here, there are two replays for this level, and that's because this one needed a background patch, background fix. So, at the beginning here, we let two lemmings go on by while we block with the third one on the cross up here. And then with the final lemming from the trapdoor, he's going to go ahead and dig down to release the blocker. And in the process, he will be turned by the blocker, so therefore sparing him from the Ghostbuster trap. In the meantime, first lemming gets a climber, while the one behind him will patch up this gap with a builder. Okay. This digger has quite a while before he gets through and releases the crowd, so it's more than enough time to give these two lemmings time to do the work. He gets a floater and still goes on ahead, while again the second one will build to get over this gap, and it will also become a survivable fall. Okay, build over the exit. So yes, at this time, this digger has just released the blocker. Yeah, and in the process, yeah, he has turned to the left. Yeah, as indicated by the skill shadow there. So this was what allowed me to save one over the requirement here. Okay, the non-athlete will mine down, while he goes on ahead and floats down here. Built to patch up this gap to the left. Okay, we'll build to the right later. Okay, with one of the lemmings in the crowd here, I'll go ahead and dig down the middle of this pillar here. Yeah, so these upwards one-way arrows are the result of background fixing. And then here, build to seal up this minor tunnel. And then the ones that turn around will simply walk into the exit. Okay, the floater does just landed back down. He's going to go ahead and build up to get up this minor tunnel. And then finally, we're going to bomb the digger. Yeah, this blows up both sides of the pillar here, therefore releasing the this crowd. And yes, as I forgot to mention, there are two trap doors. Yeah, one at the start over here, and then one over here. Okay, and that's it. So, pretty good level to start off the rank. Can be difficult, but it's not too hard. Alrighty, Ultra Violence 2. As above, so below. And that just reminded me, this was a level with a similar title that I saw somewhere else. I don't remember which pack it was from, though. Alrighty, this one is certainly harder on Lemon due to the fact that bombers are timed. But at the same time, there is something that can probably be considered a glitch in that, yeah, that even if lemmings do spot, the bombers will still go off. They will still explode. Yeah, just as long as they're still the pixelated mess. Yeah, but if that disappears, yeah, then they won't explode. So here, first lemming up here will build, and then the second lemming from this entrance will bomb just before he lands and splats. Because again, if a lemming splat in new lemmings, you can give them a bomber. And here, as you can see, we had three entrances. Yeah, one at the top and then two down here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and build again with the first lemming. Yeah, one of them will fall into the firebox trap here. And then the next lemming that comes up, he's gonna go ahead and build. Okay, and extends it just far enough, yeah, to allow the first builder to fall down and then bomb to release this crowd. Alrighty, and this builder finishes in time. Yeah, so that no one else slips by. Slips to fall and falls down here. Alrighty, so at this time we only have one of each destructive digging skill. Okay, and we have another exit over here. Yeah, whereas for this crowd over here, they'll be using this exit over here. So for this crowd, they will be using this exit along with the top crowd. So here we're gonna go ahead and dig down. Oh yes, and as you can see, yeah, they all make it down in time. And yeah, this still has a lot of leeway before they splat. Okay, and then with one of the lemmings inside the digger pit, we're gonna go ahead and mine to the left. Yeah, in the meantime, the digger will stop. Yeah, right around there. Okay, these guys will walk to the exit. And then this miner will simply bash the this crowd out. Okay, and that's it. Yeah, quite a nice level here. Definitely one of my favorites. Alrighty, Ultra Violence 3, Deadly Heights. Okay, nothing too difficult here. It just relies on a trick that we already learned. And that is leaving a builder step past the thin wall. So, we send a climber over here to the right. Oh yes, and once again, 3 entrances. Yeah, same thing here. Send the climber out to the left here. Okay, and these climbers will be using these builder steps in order to build to the other wall on the other side. So this should use up the rest of our builders, I believe. Yes. Okay, and then once the climber turns around, once they get to the top, they're going to go ahead and dig away the pillar. No, not. I didn't do it here yet. Oh yes, and I sent out another climber at this time. So no, I believe I just simply wait until they come back. Yeah, now I start digging it away. Okay, let this one go on by, and he will dig this one away, while this climber would dig away this one. Yeah, there we go. And the same thing here. Okay. And also in the process, yeah, it also digs away the builder staircase as well. Yeah, allowing the lemmings to get through. And then these diggers will do the same thing as well. Well, except for this one. This one would simply stop due to the steel, while this one would dig away this part of the staircase and allow them to get down to the bottom. And then finally, all that's left to do is to bash through these pillars, and that's it. Okay. And then in the meantime, these climbers have a long way to go. Yeah, but they eventually make their way down here and to the exit. Alrighty, Ultra Violence 4, Knights of the Round Table. Okay, and we have a time limit of 3 minutes and 15 seconds here. Yeah, this on the other hand is quite difficult and is a huge time cruncher. Especially since there's a lot of multitasking needed, yeah, in order to ensure that you finish the level on time. So here, yeah, there are 4 entrances here. Yeah, and we also have a very high release rate. Send out a climber here, and then send out a climber with the third lemming. Then another climber here after 2 more lemmings. So in this case, the third lemming that drops out here after the first one's been given a climber. Okay, and the same thing here. Yeah, the third lemming that falls out at the entrance after 2 more fall out after the first climber here. Yeah, and then immediately the next lemming also becomes a climber here. Alright, and then I also send out another climber as well now. Alrighty, just let me go here and mine to get underneath the blowtorch strap. Okay, and then this one that's coming up, he'll turn back around to the left, while the one behind him will be able to get up here. And then this one should start mining soon. There we go. Yeah, this is to reduce the fall so that the lemmings will survive. Okay, and then this lemming that just turned around to the left, he'll be able to get up here. Okay, he finishes on time, yeah, before he was able to fall down and turn around in the minor tunnel. But the builder was placed in such a way so that there's this tiny pixel gap here, so that any lemmings coming back to the left from up here will fall back down here. In the meantime, this climber has turned around, and he's going to go ahead and mine to the left. Alrighty, and then we're going to go ahead and bash with the second lemming, the second climber, I should say. And then also same thing here. Yep, and then once again, due to this tiny gap, they can fall back down to the left here. And then we're going to go ahead and mine out the crowd here. This crowd here. Yeah, and also in the process, we also destroyed the builder staircases so that the lemmings up here will continue on to the right. Okay, he proceeds to build over the gap here with our 4 builders. Okay, and then here, after he's low enough, then we start bashing out the crowd. And yes, the builder has more than enough time before this climber can fall into the firebox trap. And that's it. So the rest of it is just time skipping now. Okay, and this finishes with 6 seconds to spare while also having a climber and a floater left over. Alrighty, Ultraviolence 5, Sharing the War. Alrighty, this one is a very small and short level. Alrighty, first lemming out from the left entrance will float down. Yeah, and as you can see, we also have 2 entrances here. Okay, he also gets a climber. The first lemming for this hatch will build in such a way so that he leaves a 1 pixel gap after he's done. Okay, next lemming from this entrance will float down and also become a climber. And then once the climber is high enough, then we bomb. Okay, this will get the floater and he will also get a floater. Okay, in the meantime, this climber who's just got into the bomber hole, he'll leave a builder step here so that these lemmings from this crowd will down the builder step here. And then this builder turns around and then he makes this platform for this crowd here. And then finally, all that's left to do is to give this lemming a floater, and that's it. Okay, and then from what I understand, after watching Icho's creator's commentary video for this batch of levels, from what I understand, the in Lemonade, this level plays out slightly differently, in that from that one level in the Herpy Planning rank, in Lemonade, yeah, the builder leaves a builder step right below and behind him. So because of that, it was possible to simply have a builder turn to the left and then build, yeah, immediately upon turning, so that when he leaves his first builder brick, it will leave it past the wall here and achieve the exact same thing here. Yeah, just with 1 less builder. Although I don't exactly remember solving it that way actually. I think I simply ended up using all the builders. I'll have to check to see if there is 1 less builder there, but I'm pretty sure the number of builders is the same. But anyway, yeah, this is the solution to this level in the Neo Lemmings version. So as you can see, yeah, this crowd falls down safely here. As a matter of fact, yeah, I believe this is just off by a pixel. So yeah, the precision here could have been reduced by having the climber bomb a little bit higher. Yeah, not a whole lot higher though, because otherwise the lemmings from the left entrance will start splatting once they fall off the builder staircase. Alrighty, Ultraviolence 6, Try Hardlon. Okay, and as the title suggests, this was one of the more difficult levels of the rank as well. But this was also a favorite of mine. Yeah, some of the sports levels happen to be some of my favorites. Alrighty, only one entrance this time. But we have a very, very high... Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have two entrances. Yeah, one on the very far right here. And then one over here. And we also have a 99 release rate. Alright, it should be blocking. Yeah, right there. And then pretty similar to the other one, I believe it was Field Trap from the previous rank. Yeah, essentially we are blockers, and then we're going to release them with the last lemming that goes in the, a particular direction. So here, we're going to use the last lemming here to release the blocker. But at the same time, he also mines into the steel to turn around. Yeah, and this is one of the lows that that is very, very different than the Lemonade version. I don't think it has Alta Steel here. Yeah, from what I remember. And not to mention that, yeah, if a miner does hit steel, he still goes in the same direction as he was when he was mining. Yeah, he doesn't turn around. Okay, so he releases the blocker, he gets a blower so that he survives the fall, and then patch up this gap with a builder, of course. Okay, and the same thing here. We're going to block at the very end with the first lemming that reaches there. And then with the final lemming, yeah, that's coming. Yeah, who also happens to be the same one who mined this blocker free. He'll also mine this blocker free. Yeah, because here we needed everyone else to turn back to the right to take this detour, while these lemmings prepare the route over here. These two lemmings, that is. Okay, and both of these will get floaters. And yes, he also gets a climber, so that he can go over the top here. Okay, and then he's going to go ahead and mine the second one behind the first one, so that he mines into the steel and turns around. In the meantime, the first one goes on ahead and builds this long builder staircase to the exit. Okay, and then bash through this one-way wall pipe. Okay, and the climber that's up here, he's going to go ahead and mine this crowd out. Oh yes, and also patch up this gap with a builder, of course. Alrighty, and now patch up this gap with a builder so that the lemmings can get over here and then make their way to the left. Okay, and this builder will finish with plenty of time before the crowd arrives. Okay, and finally, all there's left to do is to bash through this door, and that's it. Very, very nice though. Definitely one of my favorites here. So, definitely a difficult level, but one of my favorites too. Alrighty, Ultraviolence 7. Choose a side. And there's a time limit of 2 minutes here. This one could also be a difficult one. As a matter of fact, it is one of the more difficult ones. Especially since there is one particular part that's very, very easily overlooked here. Okay, so 3 entrances here. 2 at the top and then 1 down here. Okay, block with the first lemming here. Dig down with the first lemming here. Then, yeah, first lemming that goes to the left will be a climber here. Then should be maxing out the release rate. Oh, no, it's not necessary. Yeah, the release rate's already high enough so that everyone makes it into the digger pit in time. Yeah, before any can splat. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and build. Okay, and then with one of the lemmings in this crowd, I'll go ahead and mine. And in the process, we'll also be releasing the blocker. Okay, unfortunately nobody splats that time. Although we do have a floater. Yeah, in case it does come to the point where there's possibility of splatting. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and bash here. Yeah, and this is a trick that's easily overlooked here. And yes, I have the climber bomb through this wooden pillar. Although it also works if you bomb right up against the pillar on ground level as well. Yeah, this is the part that's easily overlooked. So basically, using this builder staircase in order to keep the basher going. Yeah, because this is what happens. Yeah, the top of the builder staircase is enough to keep the basher going. And then once he gets down here, yeah, then it's not enough. But he has new terrain in front of him, which allows the basher to keep on going. And then as you can see, this is pretty much a variation of what you do in the One Basher Rules Them All, where here it is not necessary to provide a builder on the bottom for the foot check to keep the basher going. so that he has terrain to keep going down. Instead, the terrain is already provided for him. And instead, he just simply needs a builder for the head check in order to keep on going. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and the other thing I need to point out is that there's also an exit to the left here, but this is a complete red herring. Yeah, it does appear that it may be possible to get to it, but it is not. So therefore, the Lemmings had to use the right exit over here. But yes, pretty much what makes the level difficult here is just realizing that a builder is needed to keep the basher going. But certainly a very, very nice level here. Alrighty, Ultraviolence 8, 10 friends. Okay, I believe this level ended up receiving 2 very quick updates once Icho was able to release some background fixes for it. And certainly a level that plays out very, very differently from the Lemonade version. The Lemonade version is extremely prone to back routes right now. And yes, indeed, it did receive 2 very quick updates. So hence you see 3 set of replays here. So I want the one with the most recent timestamp here, which is this one. Okay, one of the changes that was made, yeah, a gap here, and also making the blocker a pickup. Okay, so first I'm just going to go ahead and mine. In the process, one slips by. Yeah, while everyone will turn around in the miner tunnel. And that happens before the miner breaks through. In the meantime, this Lemming that just slipped by, he'll get a floater. And then we get the blocker pickup. He also becomes a climber. And then the miner that just finished, he's going to go ahead and build so that he catches the climber. Alrighty, and then I believe with the last Lemming. Nope, not with the last Lemming. With one of the Lemmings in the crowd here. Yeah, then we mine. And it's done in such a way so that the miner makes this very, very tiny gap so that everyone can be safely contained in this pit here. Okay, and everyone that's coming back right now, they will turn around just in time before the miner breaks through. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and dig down here. And then once the center is on nothing, we cancel him with a blocker. Okay, and there's also this little ledge here so that the climber will fall back down and walk out to the right. Okay, patch up this gap with a builder. And then same thing here. And then he's going to turn around. And then we mine. And then finally, all that's left to do is to bash the crowd out to the left. And that's it. Quite a nice one. But this one also proved to be a problematic low to fix. According to Icho. So, Ultraviolence 9, Specialist. And this one I remember being quite a difficult level. Yeah, when I first played it. So, only one entrance, but yeah, certainly the fact that the level is wide, and also how there's plenty of things going on. Yeah, it's certainly what makes this level difficult. Alrighty, first Lemming out will be a climber, who will go out to the right. Yeah, the next 5 that come out of the entrance will all be floaters. Okay, so as to give this climber enough time to patch, to build over this gap. Alright, now the remaining Lemmings will become climbers. Yeah, as we have no more floaters, and therefore they cannot be allowed to turn back to the left. Otherwise they will splat. Alrighty, I dig down here with the first Lemming. And then, in the meantime, the other Lemming that's in the digger pit in here, he's going to go ahead and block on the left side, so as to turn the digger to the right. So as you can see, yes, with the skill shadow, he is now turning to the right. And now I go ahead and bash once he's low enough, so that nobody can go out to the left. And let me see what I do here. Oh yes, last Lemming, yeah, he just gets a climber. And yes, the builder finishes just in time, so that nobody falls into the vine swamp. Alrighty, so the climbers will take the top route, while all the floaters will turn around and take the bottom route here. Alright, and then with one of the floaters here, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and build to the left. Once again, we're gonna use the trick that we learned from the sports bar level in the previous rank. While here, we're gonna use the last floater that gets here to build a platform for the climbers up here, so that they survive the fall. Okay, and now, the next lemming to build to the right would need to be a floater. Yeah, which is this lemming right here. That's why we needed to prepare this in advance. So, now we have, the climbers will be able to go out to the right, but at the same time, we also have one floor go out to the right as well, while the other floors are trapped down here until we build to seal off the gap, and then they can turn back to the right. So, this is in essence the a variation of the trick, where instead of using a blocker to turn the lemmings around, we simply use the builder instead. Yeah, and this definitely works if there is a wall that's close enough. Yeah, so that the next builder will simply close up the gap, and then they can turn back in the other direction. Alrighty, so up here, the climbers will go up here and be contained in this pit, while the floater that's coming, yeah, can bash through to the right here. Alrighty, and then he's going to go ahead and complete this long set of builder staircases to the exit. Okay, he's going to turn around, and then he's going to go ahead and build a staircase here, so that the climbers that are coming will be able to land, and then make their way to the exit. And then at this time, I'll go ahead and seal off the gap with the builder, so that these floors can turn back to the right. Okay. And then finally, all that's left to do is to bash the climbers out, and that's it. So here I have a digger left over. Truthfully, I am not sure what that digger's for. Yeah, more importantly, I don't think I recall seeing Icho use it either in his creator's commentary video. But that's probably just me remembering things wrong. Alrighty, and the final level for this video, Ultraviolence 10. Engage. And then we have a time limit of 3 minutes here. Okay, this was another level I remember being difficult. And this is also another level where I made more complicated than I needed to on Lemon Eye. It might still be possible here on the Neo Lemmings version as well, but right now I can't even remember the solution I used on Lemon Eye. Let's go. But anyway, yeah, this is what I came up with. First lemming goes on to the right. Yeah, second one with mine. Yeah, he gets a floater, and then he will be building this long set of builder staircases to the exit, and he needs plenty of time to do that. So, while the miner is going, one is able to slip out to the right here. Everyone else will now turn back to the left. So here he's going to go ahead and bomb. Yeah, right before he lands and splats. Okay, first one. No, not the first one. Yeah, the first one that falls out to the left here, he gets a floater. Okay, and then this next lemming that gets to the gap here will build. The next one will fall through and bomb. Okay, next one will get a floater. And then, same thing, next one will get a floater as well. Okay, first lemming to get under here will build a platform for the top lemmings up here. Here we're gonna bash out to the left later. And yes, that's just lemming building the staircases to the exit. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and bash, and in the process, only one lemming turns back to the right. Yeah, everyone else will fall onto this builder staircase, yeah, and survive the fall. Yeah, and I believe, yeah, this one comes quite close to being spot height. And yes, there was one more thing. Yes, he gets a floater. And then, yeah, the first lemming that gets through here, he's going to go ahead and bash, so as to create a basher tunnel and cause everyone to turn back to the right. In the meantime, this floater will use the bomber hole to bash to the right. And this bomber hole is needed so as to stop the basher. Okay, and then finally all that's left to do is to have this working lemming finish and build the staircases to the exit. So here, this comes quite close. Yeah, but fortunately everyone does turn around in time. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I had a couple of strokes. Yeah, about 2 basher strokes. Yeah, a leeway there. So it pretty much maxing out the release rate has to be done at a very, very specific time in order to ensure that no one else falls out to the bottom of the low on the left side here, along with the basher. Only the basher is allowed to be lost there. Alrighty, and then that is it. So he finishes just long before anyone gets to where he is. Yeah, and we managed to finish with 25 seconds to spare. Alrighty, so those were the first 10 lows of the Ultra Violence rank. So next time we will do 10 more levels of the Ultra Violence rank. I hope you enjoyed this video of the Lemmings Reunion level solving commentary video series, and I'll see you all for the next one.